So here's our village bus stop, which doesn't exactly get used as a bus stop except on West Dart days. And our West Dart is brilliant, don't get me wrong, but there you go, that's them there. So this is our village, one of our village notice boards anyway. So this bus stop was made back when we actually had a bus that came into the village. So that bus would come in 8:30 for Kingsbridge, for Dartmouth and Kevix. They stopped that bus when they wanted to stop giving us a choice of schools. They didn't bother to think about how it affects the wider community. So I've finished coming from the top. I've had 2 lift offers since I've got into the village by some old friends. But that is where I came from. So you can see how steep this bit of the hill is, but you can't see how deceptively steep it is through the village. So there we go. I'm going to get off the road because I'm going to be in the way. But for me, it's a 3-mile trek, so I've got to get all the way through the 1 mile of the village, plus the 2 miles from the village to Woodlands. Now, Google says that it's only 2 miles up to the bus stop from the village, but it's counting it from there. So, from here down to the church is already half a mile, and it's half a mile from the church down to my house. So that's already 1 mile to the top of the village, and then we get up there. So the Google map mile counter starts there, and even then it's 2 miles then out to Woodlands. So it's a 3-mile trek for me up this hill. So we're going through the village now. I'm going to be trying to be as mindful as possible. I am on a public highway, but I want to respect people's privacy at the same time, which is why I'm starting these recordings and doing them in segments as I arrive at points. So you're seeing right there, that's the village crossing point. So it levels off a little bit there. It's a shallow hill from there, but it's all uphill for me coming from my house. It's all downhill for me coming back, which I'm recording this on. But this is a horrible walk when you're in poor health. It's a horrible walk if you're in good health, but it is an absolute nightmare in poor health. And when you've got asthma, what should be a 30-minute walk if you're in good health takes upwards of an hour, hour and a half. Now, there are some good people here that still do offer lifts when they do see me, but I can't count on that. And if I'm working a 9-to-5 job, well, it's impossible. They say it's a lifestyle choice out here. They forget that some of us were born here or have lived here since we were little and are actually trapped here. And then they say, well, move. How? With what money and with what transport? Moving costs. And it costs more to move out than it does to stay put. Not health-wise, of course, but money-wise. So financially, it costs less to stay put and suffer. And we can't even get to the hospitals from here. So there is absolutely no public transport in this village, and it is a nightmare.